Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the lady who replaced that other outreach coordinator that used to be Patricia Valcourt. And this is Beth Wright. So welcome her, please. Okay, that's quite enough.
Didn't expect a standing
that's
ovation
all right. Well,
on my
that's all
first
right.
time out.
Big. We got a good studio audience here today. Welcome to Ipswich Community Access Media,
Thanks
Ipswich Cable
so much,
Access
Paul.
Minute, and better yet, welcome to the COA.
Thank you so much, yes. And
I'd
if
like-
I can correct you right off the bat,
Yes.
I did not replace Patsy Valcourt. I'm lucky enough to be in that chair, but from what I hear from your community,
Wait till she sees this program. Anyhow,
Did
tell
great
us.
work.
I'd like to go over. A lot of these people are unaware, I think, that view this program, really what the outreach coordinator does. I mean, Patsy was on it maybe 2 years ago telling it. So I'd like to sort of hear your background
okay.
and kind of what services we offer, and they are myriad.
And there are quite a few
You like
services.
that word,
You have
myriad?
a wonderful Council on Aging here in Ipswich. Often in the field have heard that it's sort of a role model for many of the communities in this area, so you do a great job here.
Okay.
My background, how I came to be outreach coordinator is formerly I was in higher education for a lot of years. As my own parents aged, I took on that caregiving role, taking care of a bedridden parent for about 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad passed with dementia. He had dementia for 5 years. So really had a heart for that kind of caregiving and an interest in issues of aging, especially as I aged myself and my husband's approaching retirement. It becomes a little bit more interesting.
Well,
I
Patsy
think.
said she worked here because she was a training program for taking care of me. But
Yeah, absolutely. So after my dad passed, it was only a matter of weeks before I put in my application to get my master's in social work at
really?
Salem State.
Oh, cool.
They have a older adult end of life track.
Yeah.
So I interned both at a Council on Aging in the area and also with a hospice agency. So kind of got really the very lively end of being an older adult and the difficult hospice experience.
Well, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues that you face
A lot of changes.
as you age. But
So I think as a Council on Aging, one of the things that we do here is kind of help the community members realize how many services there are available to them if they're looking at needing a little extra help or even just looking for somebody to talk to about what they're going through.
Okay.
So we do everything from caregiver support groups to exercise programs to referrals to agencies that can come into your home and help bring meals in or have extra help in the home caring for a loved one. So a really wide spectrum of healthy aging issues, but also as people decline, as we do, how can we manage that? And again, your focus here in Ipswich, which I'm thrilled with, has been about remaining in the home. So how can we keep, that's what we all want. We all want to end our lives at home, surrounded by our loved ones. What's the best possible way to make that happen?
it's a big thing. I think losing the automobile.
Huge.
And then if you have to, and I hear that a lot.
Huge.
Because I one of the drivers for the Council on Aging van,
Yes,
so
yes.
you become kind of friendly with some of these people. And I had one lady; she went on for about 7 months. I won't mention her name, swearing about her kids because they took her car away. But she did admit to me that it was about time. But anyhow, you do, speaking of automobiles, you do offer rides for people, right? I mean, that's
We do. We have a wonderful medical ride program.
Okay.
So if you are someone that needs a ride to a medical appointment outside of Ipswich, because of course your van does a wonderful job taking care of all the in-town appointments, You can call the senior center hopefully 48 hours ahead of time, but we'll do our best to get you to your medical appointment even with shorter notice. But we have a group of very committed volunteers that will take you to your medical appointment and actually wait while you're there and bring you back home again. And that's all free of charge. We do ask if you're going into Boston, there's a little bit of a donation we might ask for to take care of that, but usually free of charge.
Well, I give these king of the road trips, and every once in a while I have to go into Boston.
Want one of those.
And, well, to come along sometimes. But the trips into Boston, sometimes I really got to kind of take a deep breath and deal with the kamikaze pilots and stuff that you run into. But anyhow, it's so it's a pretty satisfying job, I would imagine. Right?
Oh my gosh! Well, I love this age group. Pretty much working with my peers or people a little bit older. Always have been drawn to people in this age group too. So very rewarding, and people tend to give a lot back at this age. So I feel like I'm always learning from the people that I work with. Even tips about how to care for somebody that's at home, or another agency that I'd not heard of, or another agency that will do donations. So.
I mean, there's some big confusing insurance is a huge thing.
Insurance
I'm not sure I understand.
Right. We have a Shine counselor that comes in every Friday to the Council on Aging. Shine stands for, well, it used to stand for Serving the Health Insurance Needs of Elders. Now that elders has changed to everyone, because I don't want to be called an elder, and you don't either.
No. I'd like to be called a wise person, but rather than a wise guy, like some people call me. But anyhow.
So we have a Shine counselor, and actually, I am being trained to be a Shine counselor. That'll happen in the spring. So those Shine counselors help you with everything from mass health applications to Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, a myriad of information.
Drugs thing, God, the drug thing is awful sometimes. I don't know, but anyhow, because I'm in the, what do they call it? The donut?
The donut hole?
Yeah, I had one medication last week, and the copay was $400.
Isn't it incredible?
I just pushed it back across the counter and talked to my cardiologist's nurse, and we're coming up with a generic substitute or
Absolutely
something.
Good, because a lot of times even your doctor will have, well, not a lot, sometimes they have free samples, or they can change to a generic. Or,
Anyhow. All right. Any plans for the future? Any new programs, or we'll take a look when something comes up? Or
Well, as you know, but I don't know that everybody else knows, I was here for 2 months. I started back in May, kind of got the programs lifted off the ground, and then I was called to grand jury duty.
Yes, I heard this.
So for the past 9 weeks, I've been out of the office except for 1 day a week. But I'm now back.
Do you have any juicy cases that you want that?
You know our lips are sealed. We're not allowed to talk about that, but if you step outside later.
All right.
So the programming is starting to be lifted up again. The caregiver support group will start again this month.
No, every time I go by your office, you're on the computer or on the phone, so you're certainly busy hands are happy hands, I guess.
Yeah, we have hopefully a snow shoveling service that's going to happen after last winter. So hopefully some of that will happen. We have a lot of ideas.
Now, I'm 71, so I could...
We could put you to work. That's what we're going to do with you.
We had one of those storms last year. The plow guy showed up and said, I can't do it. We live on a curve, and thanks to the town, they kind of add their gift to us. And it took my wife and I 2 days to get it. I mean, it was 7 feet tall, and it's fun.
That's all right. So. I live in Middleton, actually, not here in Ipswich. We live at the top of a hill, and our driveway is a switchback, so it's straight up, and then you turn, you go straight up again. So we can't even get a plow up there. We have to, all hands on deck. Everybody comes out, all the neighbors come out, we all help each other shovel.
You know, I had some recent trouble with my smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. And I went online and I talked to it was just, and I'm not a total dunce, but I'm not a super mechanic. So Patsy told me that there is a program, you go down to the fire department. And I went down. Basically, they will come out, I think, and just change batteries. But the guy was very helpful to me and told me some things to look for. So again, sort of through the Council on Aging program, I found out about this. And you just touched upon something about shoveling. There's other things too for like small repairs, right, around homes and stuff.
Right. If people want to contact me, I can get volunteers to come out and do kind of small jobs around your home. If there's light bulbs you can't quite reach, or there's boxes from your attic that you need down in your basement, very willing to come out. I have Mr. Fix-It and Mrs. Fix-It that do everything from little sewing jobs to, actually he has my lamp right now, my mom's lamp that needed a repair, fixing the cord. So we have lots of resources like that are
So
available.
you're using one of the services?
I am, yes.
Is that
It's a
like
benefit
Hillary
of the
Clinton
job.
using her private email? No, we shine away from politics, you know, really get in trouble. But anyhow. Well, you're also looking for some volunteers maybe to drive too?
We are always looking for volunteers, definitely for the medical ride program. We love that, but what I like about volunteers is if you have a passion, I'd love to talk to you about it, because your passion is what other people will be drawn to, and we'll make a way to kind of involve you in the senior center. Because I know in the past you've had people come in and help with knitting baby caps for the Beverly Hospital for the newborns. We've had people do cooking demonstrations, floral arrangements. Yeah, if you have a passion, come tell me about it.
Occasionally we have a cooking segment on this, and with the idea being that just because you're aging doesn't mean that all you're going to do is open a can of soup or something. That we try to come up with meals and stuff that are relatively easy to prepare, and add a little pizzazz to your life. You know?
Because they find that nutrition and exercise, the two biggest things to keep us healthy as we age. So good to focus on those.
That's good. We just had Dr. Boss, who is a physician at the Leahy Clinic in Ipswich, happens to be my personal physician. And we had him on a prior show talking about medical things and things that as you age you should do. And it was exactly that: diet, exercise, and Dr. Boss couldn't stress it enough, and it's true. So
yeah, it makes a big difference. And you have all those, you have line dancing, you have Patsy's exercise class, lots of ways to be active, even going on your King of the Road trips, socializing with others, getting out and walking around.
Keeping me straight,
important.
but okay. Listen, so thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Nice
keep
to
up the
talk
good
with you.
work. Everybody's
Thank you.
talking about you with good reviews,
A wonderful community. I'm so grateful for the people I get to work with.
and I think this COA that we have is something
amazing.
A lot of people feel kind of standoffish because they.
Oh, come on
I know that they feel I'm getting closer, and I don't want to be that old. There's all sorts of stuff that goes on down here.
The movement is to get involved earlier. That's the new model. You'll see it.
Okay, so come on down. See Beth.
Thank you.
Take whatever. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul.